Okay, I'm going to leave it there for now because we've done quite a lot in this part with Diagon Alley, and if I talk to Hagrid now, it's going to take me through a series of unskippable cutscenes and then force me to the next area, which I don't want to do in this part. So, I shall see you next time. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye. Hello, people of the internet. This is Shaky Jake, and I really need a catchphrase. You are watching Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone on the PlayStation, where previously we explored Diagon Alley, the worst part of this game. It was incredibly frustrating, to the point where I was actually shouting quite a bit, and I don't want to do that particularly with this game. So you'll notice that the last time we played this, I didn't do very well with the minecart stuff, where if you get all the gems on all three mines, you get 3 extra Chocolate Frog cards. And judging by the number I have here, I didn't get them, because if I had earned all 3, I would have had 16 out of 17 cards. Just give me a moment to locate another save that I did whilst this was off screen. And we're back, and as you can see, I now have 16 out of 17 Chocolate Frog cards. This is the first time in my life that I can actually say that, because I've never been able to do that before. And it's so good that I can actually now pretty much complete this game 100% for once, because without those free trading cards, you can't get the extra stuff at the end. And I will be brutally honest about it, I did this off screen, and because I'm playing this through an emulator, I did have to use save states on one of the mines, because trying to get the gems on the second mine, which I can't remember which type of Harry Potter coin it was, or what type of Harry Potter currency I was having to get, but it's the second mine. And there's a spinning bit on there that is literally impossible to do. And because you can't reset the puzzles at any point, I was getting so frustrated at having to play through it every single time. So in the end, I just made a save state and then did it until I was able to do it. The first mine was okay-ish. It took me a couple of tries to get it, but otherwise I got it. The second mine, difficult as hell, and took me absolutely ages to do. And then the third mine, easy as hell. It was really weird. I did the third mine on my first go, but there was no way I was going to record me trying to get the free cards. And because I played it without the sound on, I literally don't know what cards I got. I've got a feeling one of them is one of the Hogwarts founders. So I think it's Helga Hufflepuff, I think. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's one of the cards. And then the other two, I don't actually know. So, because I've already recorded the next few minutes of this game, I'm going to remain silent and then see if I can piece back in the old recording I did, well, the last recording I did, and sort of merge them together until gameplay starts again.
Well done, Harry. Let's get back to Hogwarts so we can cure poor Norbert.
Okay. Doesn't even thank me. Fine. I think this is cutscene based now.
Now we'll give the dragon tonic to Norbert. We've done it, Harry. Norbert is well again. Thank goodness, I was so worried. I'm glad he's better, but sad in a way. He's old enough to leave the nest and fend for himself now. He'll want to go off on his own now, the wee soul, but I want to keep him here so I can look after him.
Then why did you make me do all the legwork then? Oh, whatever. Oh, we got another bit of narration now.
Harry, Ron and Hermione spent most of their free time in Hagrid's hut, trying to convince him that he couldn't keep Norbert his beloved dragon. Eventually, after much coaxing, Hagrid agreed.
Ron and Hermione have never been in the hut.
Harry carried Norbert up to the tallest tower. Ron's brother Charlie had arranged to collect the dragon from the tower and return him to Romania. Once Norbert had been freed, however, Malfoy sprang his trap. Harry was caught by Professor McGonagall. For his detention, Harry was to make his way into the Forbidden Forest and search for a wounded unicorn.
That part literally makes no sense if you've never read the book or seen the film. Because it just sort of comes out of nowhere.
Let's split up and search for the unicorn, Harry. The best way to find wounded unicorns is to follow a trail of silver blood. It should show up well in this moonlight. Follow the silver blood to find the unicorn. Be careful, the forest can be a dangerous place. I better go, Harry. That spoilt brat Draco is waiting with Fang. If I'm not back soon, Fang might just have him for his dinner.
Well, that makes up for what normally happens in the book and the film, where Fang's a coward. Okay, so we're in the Forbidden Forest. This is actually one of my favourite parts of this game, even though it's incredibly brief. And this looks a little bit suspicious. This is actually quite a brief section for this game, but it is rather fun to play through. And it's quite unique because of the colour palette and various other things. So let's carry on. I'm fairly sure, based on the Chocolate Frog cards, that the last one will be in here. So I need to pay very close attention to my surroundings. So as Hagrid said, we follow the silver blood to find the unicorn. This is pretty much the same as the book and the film. Although it's interesting that this is a little bit closer to the book than the film is, because it just has Harry, Hermione and Malfoy, as opposed to Harry, Ron, Hermione and Malfoy. Although it does miss Neville, like the film does.
Incendio!
So let's just do this. And again, I'm not sure if this is going to be the final part of this Let's Play, or if it's going to be the penultimate part. I'll have to see what mood I'm in. But we'll see how this goes. So, what do I do here? Do I flipendo this? I do. Ooh, ominous music is playing. Rise the tension, game. Well done. So, yeah. Not much to say really about this part. Oh, well, we can get more red beans, so I wasn't completely screwed when I was running away from that troll. That's nice. Oh, we gotta do this again, have we? Okay. So let's do this as quick as we can. Wait for this one to come back onto the drain. Again, the game does take liberties with how the plot's presented, but it seems to be back on track now with the Forbidden Forest part, at least. And yeah, we have got all 100 red beans, so we can talk to Fred and George at the next possible opportunity, assuming this game is kind enough to allow me that option. In some ways, this Forbidden Forest part of the game is actually told better than the book and the film.
Incendio!
I might be alone in saying that. It's a lot more tense because you're on your own and everything. If this was an escort mission, this would have been quite annoying, I think. Like, imagine if you had Malfoy with you this entire time, like the book and the film. So yeah, I haven't really talked about this much actually. There's a certain reception about film-based games, and in this case book-based games, that if you have a film-based game, it's usually crap. And whilst I think that is fair to some degree, I don't think it's completely true. Actually, should I say that the other way around? Whilst that is true to some degree, I don't think it's entirely fair. Yeah, we'll go with that. Because there are... Oh, hello, try that again. There are actually some good movie-based games. You've got the Super Star Wars trilogy on the SNES. You've got GoldenEye 007 on the N64. You've got certain Disney games are quite good, and yeah, that's where the blood is. So let's go this way. So yeah, Super Star Wars, there's GoldenEye 007, certain Disney games like The Lion King, which I've played on this channel. There's Aladdin that I've played on this channel. There's Tarzan, which I haven't played on this channel yet, but I'd like to. Hercules, another one I'd like to play at some point, but again, I haven't played on this channel yet. And The Jungle Book, which is again something else I'd like to play in the future. I'm not quite sure why I'm mixing a potion, but we might as well. Might as well do everything whilst we can. My reactions seem to be a bit slower tonight. Not quite sure why. Well, we got a potion anyway. I'm sure we can come back for this. I feel like there is a secret hidden around here somewhere. I just don't know where. Well, let's just carry on with the blood, shall we? Okay. What's this here? Not quite sure about the turtles. Or the is it a turtle or a tortoise? I'm not sure. Oh, hello. We will need that potion now. Oh yeah, we're definitely going to need that potion now.
Nintendo!
Right, okay. I think I remember how to do this. So we have to... Do we have to, like, keep attacking him or something?
Nintendo!
Yeah, it would be nice if you could...
Nintendo!
Oh, we gotta wait for it to shoot, I think. There we go. Or not. Oh, game. Come on. What are you doing?
Nintendo!
Okay.
Nintendo!
What am I actually doing? I can't remember how you're supposed to do this.
Nintendo! Nintendo! Nintendo!
Game, it would be nice if you, I might actually go back for that potion, you know.
Nintendo!
You know what? Screw it. I'm going back for the potion. I've literally forgotten what I'm supposed to do with the turtle or the tortoise or whatever the hell it's meant to be. I wonder if I can brew multiple potions. I don't think I can, but we'll have a look. So yeah, there's other movie-based games that I think are quite good as well, personally. I think whilst it is true that movie-based games are bad, I don't think it's entirely fair. No, they're not all bad. Even this game, to some degree, isn't that bad for a film tie-in and a book tie-in. But book tie-ins and TV show game tie-ins don't necessarily have the same negative reception that film-based games do. Oh my god, just fire. Oh wait, do I have to lead it over here? No. I know I have to damage that.
Nintendo!
Yo, come on. Right, that's definitely not doing anything. I feel like a right idiot for not knowing what I'm actually doing. I used to be so good at this when I was a kid. Right, come on.
Nintendo!
Okay, that wasn't good enough. Do I need to time it quicker? There we go. Okay, I need to do it like pretty much straight away. I find it interesting how Neville was pretty much ignored for the Forbidden Forest in both the film and the game. I can understand it for the film to give Ron a bit more material, particularly after how he was pretty much abandoned after the third film. But in the game, considering how much closer it is to the book, in this part at least, I'm surprised they didn't just give Neville a bit more screen time. And what's Malfoy doing here?
Ah, Potter. That oaf Hagrid sent me to tell you that we haven't found the unicorn yet. I doubt Hagrid could find the boots on his feet without a map. Don't get lost, Potter. Remember, these woods can be very dangerous.
Yeah, you don't say. I almost died to a turtle. And, whilst Malfoy's comments about Hagrid not being able to find his own boots, now that would normally be unfair, but in this game's case, I think he's actually pretty spot on, considering he made us do all his dirty work for him in Diagon Alley. Great. So I can't remember how much further we need to go. I don't think it's too far.
Incendio!
Oh, I was watching, somebody else was playing through this game, and it was the American version, so it was Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone as opposed to Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, because, you know, apparently Americans don't know what philosopher means, which I think is a little bit insensitive and insulting to the American audience, but whatever. And interestingly, this game seems to run a lot quicker on the Sorcerer's Stone version. Like, the frame rate seems quicker, and overall, the overall feel of the game is a lot more fast-paced, both in terms of animation, character movement, and just the feel of the overall game. And why am I not doing this well? Come on. Well done, me. Let's try that again. Okay, I need a stronger spell. No wonder those chocolate frogs are back there. I probably should have made a save. Oh, great. Am I seriously going to lose health every time I do this? There we go. They explode, damage the environment. It's all in the name of getting 100%. And talking of which, where is this secret area? I'm sure there's a secret area around here somewhere. Think like a developer. Where would the secret area be? Let's try going back here. I feel like there is a card somewhere in this forest, because I can't think where else it would be. One thing the developers definitely got right with the Forbidden Forest, though, is actually making it quite ominous and quite scary to be. It's very well designed. After the dungeons, this is probably the most successful area in the game in terms of design. I didn't want to do that. Right, where would... You know what, I am going to make a save, because it's not like you can see anything personal. And I don't feel any guilt whatsoever using save states for the minecart stuff. I don't know how anybody could have done it with the actual hardware. I certainly couldn't do it when I was a kid, and I still struggle to do it now, which is really irritating. So I can't believe I had to use save states to do it, but that's what the game pushed me towards. Hello, Hagrid.
I see you found the unicorn's blood trail, Harry. I don't understand what would be killing the unicorns. Never heard anything like it before. There's something in these woods that shouldn't be. Be careful now and stay with the path. Call me if you find anything.
Ooh, ominous music. Sounds a bit like Fallout Death music, bizarrely. I don't think I've heard that cue actually in this game. Now, where's this secret area? I'm just trying to think if it's hidden in the sky somewhere, like you have to knock it down. And I wouldn't be surprised if I overwrote the wrong save just, but that's fine. If I ever play through this game again, I can always make save states and stuff. Oh, where would a card be? If I go to the next area and it triggers something... Okay, it didn't do it then. Right. Where would a secret be? Ah, this looks promising. Let's try down here. Ah, right. I don't think this is the way I'm supposed to go, but it looks like a good secret area. Did that too soon. How quick you have to do this is absolutely insane. Come on, turn around. There we go. Oh, and that was the other thing about the American version of this game as well. Harry's Flipendo sounds a lot less annoying in the Sorcerer's Stone game. I don't know if it was redubbed or if it was done by the same voice actor, but it sounds a lot less irritating in the American release. Oh my god, Harry, come on. But the game actually seemed a lot more difficult in the American version compared to this version, based on what I could see online. If there's blood down here, then I'm going the right way, in which case I have to go back. Ah, here we go. So, knock this down. Oh, I did hit it. It didn't look like I had, for some reason.
Rowena Ravenclaw.
Oh, okay, that was the last card we needed. And again, there we go. 17 out of 17 Chocolate Frog cards. The first time in my life that I can say that. So as long as we speak to Fred and George at some point, then I've pretty much got 100% before the ending, which is useful. Because this game does hide a little bit of extra content when you get 100%. And again, it's nothing special. It's not as if you get anything. It's just one extra Quidditch match and one extra Chocolate Frog card. But it's nice that I can actually see it for once. Oh, and I was able to get a copy of the Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets game on the PlayStation as well. So who knows, I might actually play that at some point. Because I've never played the Chamber of Secrets game, and I wouldn't mind doing it at some point just to see how it compares to this one, because I know it uses the same engine and everything, and it has the same kind of gameplay. Oh, unique loading screen. That is a nice unicorn model. And there's our black-robed friend. Hello. That's actually a lot creepier than the book and the film. But don't worry, the tension's taken away by another narrated cutscene.
Harry was
Yay!
rescued in the nick of time by the centaur Firenze and rode on his back to safety. Firenze explained the unicorn blood had the power to keep someone alive who was an inch from death. Harry realized that the hooded figure he'd seen in the clearing was none other than he who must not be named, Lord Voldemort.
Nah, that's just jumping to conclusions. Don't do that. Could have been anyone.
Oh, that was a close shave, Harry. Any creature that would kill a unicorn and drink its blood is one to be avoided at all costs. If it was Lord he who must not be named, then you better be on your guard. He's a dangerous foe. I've got a present for you, Harry. I made it myself.
Are you finally going to pay me back for Diagon Alley, are you? That is actually a nice model, looking at it.
Some creatures find music very relaxing. If you play the right tune, you can send them to sleep. In fact, I remember this very tune that I used to play to my Fluffy. Try it out on this barn owl I've been looking after. He needs a good long sleep.
Yeah, this owl's a good replacement for Norbert. Okay, so I'm going to pause it for a moment in case Hagrid gets annoyed at me for not playing. The idea with this... Oh, and it's also added the the flute recorder thing on the right hand side. That's quite cool. The interesting thing about this mechanic, which you only get to use for 2 parts of this game, if I remember correctly, you have to play a specific theme based on the button prompts on the right hand side of the screen. And the theme that you play in question is this game's theme. So let's do that. Just keep pressing the same things over and over again and you should be good to go. There we go.
Out like a light. I wish Fluffy was as easy to send to sleep. But you'd best be
foreshadowing.
Getting back to your lessons now. Thanks again, Harry. You're a real friend.
What lessons? We've only had like 4 or 5 this entire year. Hogwarts is on a budget in this game.
I've been doing some reading about Nicholas Flamel, the wizard that Hagrid mentioned.
Nicholas
He's
Flamel.
the creator of the Philosopher's Stone.
You don't say.
Supposedly it can grant eternal life to its user. If it's here, then maybe Snape's after it. There are even rumours that you know who's involved. We have to find a way to get past Fluffy. That must be where the stone is being kept. Ron and I will meet you on the 3rd floor by the doorway that leads to Fluffy. We have to get the stone first. Come on, Ron, let's go. I suppose.
Bloody hell, Ron's ripped in that cutscene. Doesn't say a word, pretty much. Okay, so we're now out of the creepy Forbidden Forest, and it's daytime again, which is quite convenient. So we've now got to go back to the castle. We'll pick up this for good luck. And on the way, we need to talk to Fred and George about getting our last reward. And just to double check, I can't go back through here, can I? No, I cannot. We'll pick you up for good luck. But once you start the end game, which is pretty much what this is now, I would also include the Forbidden Forest in that. I've got a horrible feeling I might have said Forbidden Planet at some point by accident instead of Forbidden Forest. I'll have to double check that when I rewatch this. I hope I haven't, because that would look incredibly stupid. But I count the Forbidden Forest and what's coming up as the end game for Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. And oh, another chocolate frog. I don't know why I'm picking these up because I don't need them, but you know, might as well. And look at the broom cupboard, it's still locked. I have no clue what's in the broom cupboard, but before we go up, let's just check the Great Hall, have a look at our house points again. Because we might as well. Because Slytherin are winning right now. And yeah, the frame rate really dips in here. I'm not quite sure why. It looks about even from this angle. Maybe Slytherin are winning, but it's a bit hard to tell. Whilst we're here. Yeah, you got the starlit sky. That actually looks quite effective. Even on the PlayStation, that actually looks really effective. You've got some stains on the floor, or maybe that's some dodgy shadow work, I don't know. The lighting in this game, whilst it's effective in places, isn't always 100% accurate. But yeah. The end game of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone was actually really tense when I first played this as a kid. I remember various parts I actually got stuck on for quite a significant amount of time, and you'll see why when I get to them. But it pretty much tests everything you've learned in this game, very much like the book and the film does. So what we need to do is we need to go up to the upper castle. And I need to talk to Fred and George before I do anything else, because I want my final reward. And it's actually quite a good reward. It's either the first or second best reward you get given in this game. So, guys, you seem to have moved a couple of pixels to your left.
Nice one, Harry. You've got the beans we needed. The portrait password is Wolfsbane. Thanks for the beans, Harry. We'll make sure they find a good home. Have you heard the rumour? There's a troll on the loose around here. Smells worse than Percy's socks, and that's saying something.
Man, you guys are so behind with the times. That troll attacked ages ago, and the table's already gone off without us. Table, can you come back, please? I kind of need you, because I need to find the portrait room. So yeah, the girls' toilets are locked. The transfiguration classroom's locked. So let's climb on this. And then I gotta remember where the portrait room is. Is it here? Looks like it. And then where would it? Ah, here we go. Portrait room. It's interesting how the broom cupboard, again, still locked by the end of the game. You'd think a door that was named wouldn't be locked, but whatever.
Wolfsbane.
By Jupiter, you've done it, young Gryffindor!
Is that knight meant to be the same knight that's briefly the Gryffindor portrait in Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban? Whose name I can't remember for some reason. And here we go, our final reward. An upgrade to the knockback Jinx. Literally, I don't actually think this does much other than changes the colour and makes it look a little bit more threatening. Okay, so what do you have to say now?
Oh, sorry, old chap. I've nothing more for you today.
Okay, thanks for that. So let's go back and head to the Forbidden Corridor. There seems to be 2 doors for the Forbidden Corridor, so we'll double check to see which one is correct. I don't think it matters which one you pick. Oh wait, no it does, because... Oh yeah, that was it. That was the locked room to the stealth section. Yes, of course. How could I forget that? So we'll pick up the chocolate frog because we can. Gonna jump back on the table and hope I don't take damage. Good. And now... Yep, so this is the only way we can go. This will probably be a very long part if I decide to play all this in one go. And we're locked in, so this is serious stuff. We can't go back out, so we have to carry on. Hogwarts still haven't fixed this up, because they don't want to pay any money to fix the hole in the wall.
Harry, I think someone's making a move to steal the Philosopher's Stone.
Harry,
Yeah,
I
keep
know
it,
you are
Ron.
brave, but promise me you'll be very careful.
Okay, Hermione, I will. I love how it pretty much just takes all the character development out in this game and they just kind of paraphrase it.
The House Point hourglasses are slowly filling up.
Oh, way to take the tension out of it, game.
Ravenclaw.
35 points, are you joking?
Hufflepuff.
26, that's even worse. Oh god, Slytherin have a lot.
Slytherin.
105. Pretty good. We ain't got that. We've got about, like, what, 40, 45?
Gryffindor.
Yeah, 45.
Slytherin are in the lead on house points. The race for the House Cup is heating up.
Yeah, just such an odd decision to put this right before the tense action's about to start. Thanks for that, game. At least we didn't lose house points like in the book and the film. Oh, you are beautiful. Hello.
Only Hagrid would call this monster Fluffy.
Of course! Harry, do you remember that Hagrid said that he used to calm Fluffy with music? Try and play
Put the
tune
book
that Hagrid
down,
mentioned
Hermione, I
that
can barely
puts
hear
Fluffy's
you.
heads to sleep. Be careful though, he looks ferocious.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he? So, the way you're supposed to approach this is you have to avoid Fluffy every time he does that leap move. So, we'll start with his left head and do this for as long as we can. So one head's asleep, which is good. Managed to do that before we attacked. I don't think the heads can wake up again. Now this I actually used to find quite difficult when I played this years ago, because I wasn't very good on the timings. Is he going to attack? There we go. Oh, thanks for that game. Needless damage took there. But if you do this really quick, it's not too much of a big deal. Oh, yeah, see there, I wasn't good on the timings. Let's try that again. Oh, out of time. There we go. Oh, it's incredibly lucky they fell asleep on the side then. Imagine if they just fell asleep on top of it. That would have screwed us up entirely. Oh yeah, all the events that take place now, this literally follows the book and the film pretty much spot on. Oh, well done guys, well done.
I know what this is. It's the devil's snare.
Oh, I'm so glad we know what it's called. That's a great help.
Try and figure out the sequence of tentacles and then use the incendio spell to defeat it.
Try not to get too close to those tentacles.
Oh, this. I died so much on this when I first played it. I literally didn't know what you were supposed to do. So, you'll notice that all of these guys are dark green except for one. What you're supposed to do is hit these guys in the right order whilst dodging their attacks. So I'm going to run all the way back round to this really bright one here with our new threatening sounding flipendo, which as you can see is now red. If you hit any of these dark green ones, the whole puzzle resets and you have to do it again. So I will double check that just to test. I'm pretty sure this resets. Yeah, there you go. So as you can see. And then, yeah, okay, it does have a specific order then, which is useful. I got too close then, which was bad of me. Let's try that again. I remember this music sounding a lot more threatening when I was a kid. It doesn't sound quite as epic as it did back then. Although I think the epic music is saved for certain events later on. And then we just got this bad boy to take out. Oh, and it's an actual boss. Great. Can we... How do we do this now? Do we have to... Oh, there we go. I gotta say, I couldn't remember how you were supposed to take this out other than avoiding its attacks. And it doesn't... I don't know how I'm taking damage. You know, I don't know how I'm actually hurting it because it doesn't look like my attacks should hurt it in theory. I would really like to lock onto you, please. There's not really much to say here, to be honest, apart from the fact it keeps getting its health back. Come on. Oh, that was bad placement on my part. And there we go. Yeah, where's my thank you, guys? Come on. So, Harry, what am I saying? So Ron and Hermione just run off without thanking us, which, you know, that's bloody gratitude for you. So let's follow them. And I think this is the part... Yeah, we have to do a broomstick section again. Very much like the book and the film. Was the broomstick bit in the
Time to put
film?
your Quidditch skills to practice.
Good luck, Harry.
Well, yeah, because you guys aren't going to do anything, are you? It's always me that has to do it. And, well, Harry got on a broom really quick then. I honestly can't remember if the broom bit was in the film or not. I don't think it was. It might have been cut from the film. Because it was definitely in the books. But I can't remember if it was in the film adaptation. So, again, if you know how to play Quidditch, this is pretty much the same thing. Although I'm pretty sure if you let the keys hurt you enough, you do get a slightly funny game over screen where they just keep attacking Harry until he gets off his broom or he falls off his broom and like basically breaks his leg or something stupid. It's actually quite funny. I'm sure somebody's uploaded it somewhere. There really isn't much to say here, to be honest. It's just, we're just following a key. We're just following a blue key. The issue with this game is it assumes that you know the plot of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. So if you know the book or you know the film, you know what's going on. But if you've never read the book or seen the film, and you're playing this game as your you're playing this game as your first experience of the Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone plot, half the time you'd be clueless as to what's going on because events just happen for no reason whatsoever. Like, there's literally no reason for oh god, we are actually doing bad, come on. There's no reason for some of the events that happen in the book and the film to happen here. Oh, that was bad. Let's try that again. There we go. I love how Hermione's the only one putting any effort into actually celebrating the fact we got the key. Ron's just kind of half-arsing it, just going like, yeah, well done. So is this a... What's this now? Oh, it's just a random corridor. Righto, I do need some health. What's this? Oh, a secret area. I can't remember if I ever actually found this when I first played this game. I might have done, but I'm not completely confident enough to say if I did or not. Loads of frogs, which is useful. And a save point. I don't think I need that. Bet Ron and Hermione are like, where's Harry gone? It's alright. I was just checking out a bookcase, secret area, nothing to see. Right then, so this corridor, I'm not quite sure why it's here, but it's here. So we keep on running for a bit. A door's opening somewhere.
The next puzzle is a gigantic chessboard. Ron's gone through to play. I hope he's alright.
Why? You're just assuming the chessboard is going to be sentient?
Harry, but I don't think I can go on.
Oh, you drama queen.
Oh, Ron, are you alright? Harry, you have
No,
to be
he's
careful
lying
and
down
fight
for
the
the hell of
pieces.
it.
They all move one square at a time. You'll have to make the pieces fight each other in order to get across safely.
That's kind of how chess works, I guess. Right, this bit gave me quite a lot of trouble when I first played it. And I remember I had to have parental guidance for this part because I didn't know how to play chess at the time. And this theme right here, the creepiest theme in the entire game. It's a shame it's only used here, but bloody hell, what a great theme this is. I actually can't remember how to do this because this doesn't actually work like proper chess. Because the white pieces can attack the white pieces and the black pieces can attack the black pieces. So you can only move one square at a time, so you pretty much act as a pawn, even though pawns can not go diagonal or to the side unless if they're taking a piece. So let's try going up and see what happens. That's not what I wanted you guys to do, but okay. I died a lot on this section and the next 2 sections, because the next 3 parts of this are going to be chest bound. So, can I go back a square and hopefully they'll attack each other? There we go, good. So as you can see, it doesn't really work like actual chess. This song, this is actually one of the best pieces from Jeremy Soule for this game's soundtrack. It's ridiculously creepy. So I literally don't know the order of what I'm supposed to do here, but okay, that seems to be fine. I'm trying to do this not based off memory, but I'm trying to do this based on logic, because again, this doesn't work like actual chess, which makes it slightly easier to do, presumably because of the audience of the player base for this game. So as long as the pawns go diagonal like that, we should be okay. It's a bit interesting how they explode after they've killed each other though. Is that because of guilt or what? So yeah, we're done with that part. Now we have to do it again on a slightly harder difficulty, where we've now got... Oh, and this is a first. I didn't realise you could actually look at the chess pieces this way. I just decided to try it randomly and it works. We've now got rooks or castles as part of the game. I always called them rooks when I played chess, but I know a lot of people call them castles. Again, none of the chess pieces have actual personalities. They all pretty much operate exactly the same. So whereas normally pawns can only move forwards and take pieces diagonally, and rooks/castles can only... well, they can go across the entirety of the board, left or, you know, horizontally or vertically. The chess pieces in this game pretty much act the same. So let's go forward and hope we're doing the right thing. There we go. Good. Again, I can't remember why I struggled with this so much, because as long as you trick the pieces into going diagonal with each other, you're pretty much okay. So I'm going to try going back here. Yes, there we go. But I remember when I was a kid, I think I actually asked my dad. My dad knew how to play chess and still does know how to play chess. And I asked him for his advice on how to do this, because I thought it worked like actual chess. And I think even he was stumped to an extent. But he did give me a lot of good tips on how to do it. So it's a very bizarre... It's a very bizarre way to set the chess scene up, but again, and we've got the one last go with this. This is naturally going to be the hardest one. We're now introduced to... I'm pretty sure all these extra pieces are the queen. I'm pretty sure they are. Right, let's try going up here and hoping they... Look, yeah, that one in the corner looks a bit like a queen. Okay, this might be a problem. Alright, let's try going here. Right, good. That's a good sign. It is a bit odd how they take their own side out, though. That's not how chess works. Now that I know how to play chess, I know that's definitely not how chess works. I'm not actually good at chess though. Like, I can play it, but I'm not very good at it. I usually lose when I play chess. Right, let's try going back here. I am literally playing this game by hogging the same squares over and over again. I'm the worst chess player. And I think I've screwed up here. Oh dear. Oh dear. Bit of an odd laugh. Okay. Please take each of... No, that's failed. And then it resets. Okay, I've got to try and avoid doing that again. Let's try going up this time. But getting hurt in this game was quite a frequent occurrence when I first played the chess part of the game. So considering that's the first time I've taken damage, that's actually not too bad. I've literally forgotten how to play this next bit though. Oh, I think I've trapped myself again. Oh, balls. Right, what I might do then is just keep going to the left. Okay, I think I can take 1 or 2 more hits, but then I'm dead. I don't really want to get a game over here if I can. I'm going to try going up and left, see what that does. All the pieces move diagonally as well, which isn't how chess normally works. Because again, only certain pieces can do that normally. Okay, let's just keep going up and seeing what happens. No, okay. Let's go in the corner and see what that does. I've probably screwed myself over though. Yep, screwed myself again. Great. I may actually die here. Ooh, sliver of health. Okay. I need to consider this very, very carefully. Because if I take another hit, I will actually die. And my health is flashing away so badly. I'm actually nervous. It also... I actually played this the best when I played through this the first time round. We'll try this again. I think going diagonal worked for a short while. Okay. We'll give this another try. Because in theory it should work. Now, oh, that's why. I think it's because I went on that. Let's try going to the black one. There we go. My phone's just gone off to tell me about the weather. Which is, you know, which is useful. And, well, it's not so much, it's not really useful getting weather updates at midnight, but whatever. Okay, where to go next? I think the white square might work. This music is so tense. Okay, we'll go to the right. Okay, so they're down. I just need to get these 2 guys out. So I should be able to go backwards 1, and that should be it. There we go. Awesome. Not quite sure why that took me as long to do, but there we go. So, we're abandoning Ron, very much like the book and the film, just me and Hermione running through. And we've got another corridor section to do. And there's another secret bookcase, so I definitely need to go in here. And you know what? I've decided I'm going to play through the entire thing tonight, because it makes sense to. I was originally aiming to do 7 parts to match, you know, how common 7 is as a number in the Harry Potter series. But if the film series could have 8 films, then I can have 6 parts for a Harry Potter Let's Play. Okay, I'm actually going to save here because I don't want to play through chess again if I can. Now this next bit I believe was cut from the film, but it survives in the game and it's in the book, so the game does actually bring back certain bits that are in the books but not in the film.
Oh no, it's waking up!
No shit.
Still groggy. I'm going to find the right spell to open the next door. It better not wake up or we'll be in big trouble.
Oh, we took one troll out before. This one will be fine.
Charm all of these objects out of its way.
Why don't you do it, Hermione? You seem to know everything. Why don't you do it? Right, so this can actually be quite difficult if you're not certain on what to do. And this can actually be quite tense, so just move stuff over to different parts of the room. Oh god, that was actually a little bit close for comfort. You have to do this pretty much quick, and you can't drop it from too great a height, otherwise the troll will wake up to how loud it is. Especially with the armour. That troll moves quick for somebody who's waking up. I'm pretty sure as well, if the troll wakes up, you're dead in one hit. I'm pretty sure that's what happens. Right, run. Again, I'm not quite sure why Hermione's taken ages to open a door, considering it's normally a simple spell, but this game does have to make certain stuff up. Okay, drop that there. Oh no, I've failed, I think. Have I failed? Yeah. First death of the game. Didn't do that quick enough. Well done, me. And for those of you that are interested, here's the game over screen. We're going to continue. Can't believe I had my first death to really stupid timing. But it's all okay, because we don't have lives in this game, so we don't have to worry too much. Thought I was going to be able to go through this without a single death. But oh well.
Yes, we know. We know, Hermione. Let's try and do this again without screwing up. Okay. This troll does move bloody quick though. It's a good thing Flitwick taught us this spell for this exact moment. Why are all these bits of furniture even out anyway? They shouldn't be out. Oh, that's why I screwed up. It's because I was taking too long to move that suit of armour.
Okay, there we go. That's what I should have done. And conveniently, there's a nice pit here. Man, it sucks to be him. That's what you get for killing me, you knob.
Alohomora!
Yeah. That spell should not have taken you that long.
Let's see what's next.
You just did that just to troll me, didn't you, Hermione? No pun intended. It does not take you that long to say Alohomora.
Looks like you'll have to choose a cup that contains the knight and the shield. Did you see the symbol on the shield? It looks like an ice potion. That must be what we need to get through the fire.
You don't say. Okay, so we've got one of these puzzles. I'm actually going to shut up and concentrate for a moment. Okay, it's the far left, I believe.
Nintendo!
Yes, good.
Nintendo! Nintendo!
There we go. I don't think you get punished if you get it wrong. I think it just resets the puzzle. And there we go. Right, Hermione, what do you have to say for that? I did pretty good there, didn't I? What do you think? Do you want to talk to me? No? Okay, fine. Be that way. So this pretty much follows the book and the film exactly as intended.
Great, Harry. But there's only one potion. You'll have to go on alone, I'm afraid. I'm going to find some help
Oh,
for Ron.
excuses.
Please be careful, Harry.
Always have excuses, although that's a really nice texture. And a nice bit of frozen sound effects there. I don't think that can actually wear off until you run through this room, so it's not as if it's timed or anything. Because imagine how much you'd be trolled if you were timed for that. And we're locked in. So, I'm pretty sure that room doesn't have a unique name. Let's just go back and double check. Oh, it actually does have a name. You know who. Convenient. Okay. So we got a chocolate frog that we don't need, but we'll pick it up anyway. We got another chocolate frog that we don't need. And why don't you have a flame? Interesting. So that previous door was called You Know Who, but this door isn't. How odd.
I wondered whether I'd be meeting you here, Potter. You're far too inquisitive to remain among the living.
Okay, that sounds exactly like Snape. Did the developers do that intentionally just to try and trick people who hadn't read the book or seen the film? Now, again, when I first experienced the books, I was convinced it was Snape, even though I'd read the books in reverse order for the first four. I was pretty convinced the villain of the first book was Snape, despite evidence that it obviously wasn't. So actually having it as Krill was quite a surprise when I first read it. But that was the joy of the early Harry Potter books. The twists weren't forced, which is, you know, something a certain cursed child book could learn. And I'm focusing on the wrong knight here. I would like to focus on this one. There we go. Can't believe I'm not getting house points for these kills. Okay, this is the night you have to time your attacks for. That's why I'm screwing this up. Yeah, can you try and attack, please? And interestingly, looking at... Oh, hello. I forgot about you. So this is the guy you can only attack at specific points. It's a nice perspective you get for this battle here. It doesn't happen very often. One thing that's interesting to note, because I'm playing this with an emulator, it's a lot easier to see certain things upscaled. And whenever it zooms in on Voldemort, well, we obviously know it's Voldemort, and for those of you that have read the book or seen the film, spoiler alert, it's Quirrell, as opposed to Snape. You can actually see underneath his hood when this is upscaled on a PC, and it's actually quite a creepy looking face, which I don't think I ever noticed when I was a kid.
Damn you, Potter! But, Master, it wasn't my fault.
Yeah, my Snape impression was spot on. He would have bought it too if it wasn't for that meddling kid. I do think there was like a missed opportunity in the Harry Potter series to like quote Scooby-Doo. I don't know why I'm drinking this potion, but I might as well. I'm sure it's there in case you lose loads of health. Can you climb on this? No. And it was very convenient this rock fell to make a bridge, because how else would we get to Quirrell? Now, I can't remember how this boss battle was meant to go down. Ooh, Mirror of Erised. Yep, this matches the book and the film. Picks up the Philosopher's Stone, or the Sorcerer's Stone if you're American.
He has the stone.
Harry Potter, give me the stone. I know you have it.
Let me speak to him face to face.
But Master, you're not strong enough.
I have strength enough for this.
Oh, you need a plastic surgeon really bad.
Over the stone.
Well, it would have been nice if you could have said please. Okay, now this I literally do not remember what you're supposed to do. Oh, there's pillars, right. Oh, and this annoying mechanic, I forgot about that. And don't stand anywhere near Voldemort, got it. Right. Right, I need to attack the pillars, come on. Oh, this might actually be a pain. Oh, that was some good timing on my part. Well done, me. I attacked that too early. Stop tying me up, you cheap fool. Although I suppose it's quite cheap me hanging out behind the Mirror of Erised. I love how these pillars just keep respawning after I've destroyed them. You know, that's quite convenient. Luckily, it's not too tight. As long as Voldemort's within the pillars, it's not too bad. Oh, don't do that. Come on. Yeah, we get it. You want me to die. Fine. I know what your turn on is. You want Harry Potter to die. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Voldemort as a character. I think he shouldn't have been in the series after the second book, personally. I find him a pretty bad villain. Like, he's overly cartoonish for the sake of being overly cartoonish.
You will yield to me, Potter. You can't escape me, Potter. Surrender the stone. This is your last warning.
Whoa, that was... Okay, I was more impressed by the sound effects there than your demands. Okay, right, so now we actually have to use the Mirror of Erised. Oh, okay. Right, that was actually quite threatening. Right, can you get round to the other side of the mirror, please? Right, there we go. Stay there, stay there, stay there. Right, I actually need health bad, but I don't think I'm going to get any, and I could easily die here if I'm not careful. Okay, good. Stay there, please. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Voldemort as a character. He's good in the first book and he's good in the second book with his past self, but I don't like him from books 4, 5... Well, I don't like him in book 4, 5, 6 and 7. Like, one of the reasons why The Prisoner of Azkaban was my favourite Harry Potter book was because of his absence, not because he was actually there. And this is a fail. Or not, no, I saved that in good time. So, The Prisoner of Azkaban, one of the reasons why it's my favourite Harry Potter book is because Voldemort's absence is a lot stronger than whenever he's actually present. Like, he's a lot more compelling as a threatening figure when he's not in the books. And I know I'm probably in the minority when I say that, because I'm sure there are a lot of people who love Voldemort as a character, but I'm not a big fan personally. How many times? Oh, there we go.
Hand over the stone. You will yield to me, Potter.
Very well. I promise you'll die begging for mercy as your parents did.
Okay, I remember this. Just keep tapping square and we'll be okay. It is possible to actually die here if you're not very good at tapping buttons, but... And you do actually lose health the moment you stop pressing square. So you see, yeah, I'm losing loads of health. So just keep pressing. And this looks so dodgy from this angle. If you didn't know what was going on, the context for this would be so dodgy. Bet you wouldn't see this in a game nowadays, with impressive engines and everything. And there we go, Quirrell / Voldemort is done for. Pretty sure this is where the gameplay ends if you didn't have 100%. But seeing as I have 100%, this is going to be slightly different for me. Nice panning shot there. Oh, we got another one of these, have we? This actually showed up a lot more than I remembered.
Dumbledore smiled. What happened down in the dungeons between yourself and Professor Quirrell is a complete secret, he said. So naturally, the whole school knows.
Were we in the
stone
dungeons?
had been destroyed, but Harry remained fearful that its loss would not prevent Lord Voldemort's return. Dumbledore nodded, sharing his concern. Nevertheless, Harry, if our battles do no more than slow Voldemort's return, with luck he may never regain his power at all. So the stone's gone, said Ron finally. Harry nodded and wished it good riddance. Then Ron produced a brand new
this is new.
Witches and Wizards card from his robes and handed it to Harry. You've got the whole set now, Harry, Ron said. Harry was stunned. Ron went on to remind Harry of the Quidditch match that day. Anyway, he said, you haven't got time to sit around in here. We've got Slytherin to beat. Harry, still stunned by Ron's gift, nodded slowly. He'd just defeated you-know-who, and now he was going to have to help defeat Slytherin.
And who'd have thought Harry and Ron had massive old man hands in the cartoon pictures there?
Welcome to Quidditch! I'm your commentator.
Oh my god, the sound's freaking out here.
Quidditch pitch has 3 goals.
Okay, we know how Quidditch works.
Watch out for with this match against Slytherin, Gryffindor once again relies on our excellent seeker, Harry Potter. Remember,
who you forced out of a hospital bed to play.
Here comes Potter.
So yeah, this is part of the 100% reward you get. It's nothing special, but it's just a little bit of extra something I've always wanted to experience. And those bits of the game, well, those bits of the narration where you get Ron giving Harry his own chocolate frog card, that's part of the 100% as well. There's literally nothing special about this. I can't believe I was this bothered about getting 100%, but here you go. I know, I just used it to get the stone. Is there anything different about this Quidditch match, or is it literally the same as the other two? Because it seems to be exactly the same as the other two. Are they at least going to like try and freshen it up?
Here comes the Slytherin Seeker.
Who's definitely not Draco Malfoy? It's some random. I can't actually remember who the Slytherin Seeker was in the first. Oh good, my actual Quidditch armour came in useful. I can't remember who the Slytherin Seeker was in the first Harry Potter. It was just some random character, I know that. Wasn't anybody too important. One thing that's interesting is how the map's been altered for the Quidditch match to take place at a different time of day. Oh, we are definitely ringing this. I don't know how I'm in the lead because I'm ringing this at the moment. Oh,
that was close.
That was terrible. I do find it interesting how this game gives Harry Potter his own chocolate frog card, considering he doesn't normally get that until after the books are finished. Although I know this game definitely had to make something up to reward players with something. Oh my god, where's the snitch? Oh, there it is, there it is. We're doing badly, we're doing badly. I'm surprised the Slytherin Seeker hasn't owned me yet. Oh my god, we are doing so bad. Right, come on. There we go.
Potter's going for it! He got it! Maximum points for Gryffindor!
Yay! We won Quidditch. But yeah, it's interesting that this match is actually set in the evening. Because I'm pretty sure the rest of the Quidditch games don't have the evening-ish backdrop to them. Right, so is there anything else, or is that literally the last bit of gameplay now? Oh, we got narration again. Oh, this normally follows on if you didn't get 100%.
Harry made his way down to the end of the year feast alone that night. The great hall was decked out in green and silver to celebrate Slytherin winning the House Cup.
What a shame.
When Harry entered, there was a sudden hush. He took a seat between Ron and Hermione, trying to ignore the stares of the other students. The House Cup, announced Dumbledore, is awarded to the team with the most house points. At the moment, that would seem to be Slytherin. A storm of cheering and stamping broke out from the Slytherin table. However, continued Dumbledore, in recognition of Mr. Harry Potter's pure nerve and outstanding courage, I award Gryffindor 60 points. Harry's table erupted with cheers and applause. The additional point had won the House Cup for Gryffindor. It was the best evening of Harry's life. Better than winning at Quidditch or Christmas or knocking out mountain trolls. He would never, ever forget tonight.
And there we go. Pretty sure that's the end now. Yep, here's the credits. So, what can I say about Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone on the PlayStation? It is the ultimate cheesiest game that I own. I'm pretty sure this is the cheesiest game I own. It's not aged well. It doesn't play well 100% of the time. In terms of certain parts are ridiculously hard for no reason. Whereas the vast majority of it is actually quite patronising and relatively straightforward. Oh look, there's another Jake in the credits. How nice. And because of the stupid difficulty curve on Diagon Alley, for example, it really becomes irritating to try and get 100% in this game, and to be honest, now that I've seen what 100% gives you, it's not really worth it. It just gives you an extra Quidditch match and the Harry Potter card. You know, like several years earlier than the main Harry Potter canon. But it is nice to see it finally, after all these years of curiosity. And I find it interesting that the credits has white text on some predominantly bright backgrounds. Like, it seems a bit unfortunate if your name was being displayed in front of the lights in the window, because then you can barely see your name. And the credit sequence itself isn't very interesting to look at. It's just the same cutscene looped over and over again with different people being credited. But I do like the soundtrack getting one last chance to show itself off. And interestingly, I've seen my cousin's name in the credits. Not that my cousin's a game developer or anything. They certainly don't have anything to do with games development. It's just somebody in the credits happens to share their name with one of my cousins, which I find quite funny. I'm not going to say who it is. I just, I've seen the name and it's exactly the same name as one of my cousins. And then somebody's called Richard Griffiths in the credits as well to match Uncle Vernon. So yeah, I've enjoyed playing through this again. It's been a lot. It's been very nostalgic for me. Not sure how I'd rate it now, because looking at it from an adult perspective, it isn't very good. On St. Augustine's High School. Again, there is actually a school that I know in real life with that name, but I don't think it's the same school being credited. I'm pretty sure that was just for the architecture of the Hogwarts models and the environments and various other things. Oh, Peter Jones, he's on Dragon's Den. Was he the executive producer for this? I doubt it. So I think I've already said this a while back in this part, but I actually did pick up a copy of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets on the PlayStation 1 version. So it's the same development team as this, Argonaut Games. They worked on the Chamber of Secrets, and I might give that a try at some point, not straight away, but I've got it for a possible future game to play if I ever feel like returning to the Harry Potter universe in the games. Because I'm not going to promise anything like I'm going to play for every single Harry Potter game, because I don't have every single Harry Potter game. And I certainly wouldn't want to do that anyway. The only other Harry Potter game I would like to play is Lego Harry Potter Years 1 to 4 and Lego Harry Potter Years 5 to 7. Because those games are fantastic. I actually rebought them on the PS4 a while back, and I still haven't played it on there, and I only bought it again just because it had trophy support, whereas my Steam copies do not have achievement support, which is, annoying for me personally. There's Jeremy Soule, legend. His soundtrack is the best thing about this game. Sadly underused in this game, but it's the best thing about this game. I don't think you can skip the credits, so I've not tried it, but I'm pretty sure you can't skip this. You have to sit through this every time you complete the game. But when you look back at how games have developed over the past 10 to 20 years, it's amazing how much bigger games development has got, to the point where this development team would look quite small in comparison now to the development teams of today. And this was probably a big development team at the time this was made. Because I'm pretty sure I had a look at what the best selling PlayStation 1 era games were. And this was actually quite close to the top. It wasn't the highest selling PlayStation game. Don't get me wrong, it definitely wasn't that. But it was a high seller. And that doesn't surprise me, considering Harry Potter Mania was at its highest. You also had the first film being released at the time. The game had been released to capitalise on said film. And naturally loads of people would have bought it. So for a film tie-in, that's not bad. And there's been a couple of film tie-ins that have performed really well. Aladdin, which I've also played on this channel, that also sold really well on the Mega Drive, if I remember correctly. So, like I said near the very beginning of this video, film-based games aren't necessarily bad. It is true that a lot of them are bad, but I don't think it's necessarily fair. Even games like Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone aren't actually that bad. They're not great, but they're not completely awful. I've had a lot of fun with this game over the years, and I wouldn't give up my memories with this game for anything, because I had a lot of fun playing it when I was a kid. There are really only 3 voice actors. Well, 2 voice actors and then a company, I guess, based on another tongue. Oh no, there's more. Okay, I gotta say. There's actually quite a few voice actors. I am tempted to actually download the soundtrack for this game, because I know it definitely exists somewhere, because Jeremy Soul's work on this game was fantastic. I have already said quite a lot of positive things about the soundtrack for this game, but it always takes me back. And to me, pun intended, it feels a lot more magical than the film soundtrack does. J.K. Rowling getting special thanks there, not surprised. Be a bit wrong to not thank her, to be honest. Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment. Yeah. God, you look at Warner Brothers now, they're not that great. At least from what I can tell. Still salty about the times I went to see Batman vs Superman, Dawn of Justice and Suicide Squad. Those are terrible films. But thankfully I look back at times like this when Warner Brothers weren't completely inept. And there we go, that's the credits done. Do we get taken back to the common room now?
Finally, let's see who will win this year's House Cup.
What's the point? We already know it's Gryffindor. The cutscene told us. Get on with it.
Ravenclaw.
20 house points. Are you joking?
Hufflepuff.
It makes showing this off before going to do the whole Philosopher's Stone thing really stupid
Slytherin.
now. Oh, we've won. There we go.
Gryffindor.
Wait, we only had 7 points before this?
Gryffindor are in the lead on house points.
Really, Dumbledore, you haven't got anything to say? Like, well done, Gryffindor, you did well this year. Even though I gave away 60 house points. I do love how this game pretty much ignores Ron, Hermione and Neville when it comes to the whole house points thing. Oh, here we get an option to save here. I don't recommend it personally, but we'll do it just for the hell of it. Because every time you load this save up, you're not going to be able to play the game. You'll just have to sit through this every single time.
Harry Potter, the boy who lived.
That's all you gotta say about Harry Potter. Okay. What I'll do is, because we can go and look through all these cards, I'm going to go all the way back to the beginning and we'll listen to the descriptions of every single person we've got in this card. This is going to take a while. Come on. I'm tapping my controller excessively and it's still taking a long time. So there's 18 cards, but this is taking me absolutely ages. Come on. I wonder how obnoxious this tapping
Merlin,
sounds.
Medieval, dates unknown, most famous wizard of all time, sometimes known as Prince of the Enchanters, part of the court of King Arthur. Cornelius Agrippa, 1486 to 1535. Celebrated wizard, imprisoned by Muggles for his writings.
So he could have been exercising some libelous words there, some slander. And I've just noticed as well that all of these cards actually have numbers on which order they're in, which is something I've only just picked up on. So the next card actually has... oh, maybe not.
Derwent Shimpling, 1912 to present. Ate an entire venomous tentacula for a bet and survived. Though it's still purple.
Yeah. See, I thought this was going to say number 3, but that just says number 8, so I don't know what's going on there.
Morgan Le Fay. Medieval. Dates unknown. King Arthur's half-sister. Dark sorceress. Enemy of Merlin.
Yeah, okay, that is true then. Morgan Le Fay is... Yeah, that matches what I remember about the Merlin TV show. Oh, that's why the numbers are there. It says what order I picked them up in, because I picked this card up towards the end of the game. That makes complete sense. Now I know.
Newt Scamander. 1897 to present. Celebrated author of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Well, maybe not, because I picked up Newt Scamander way earlier than that. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what the point of the numbers are.
Bowman Wright. 1492 to 1560. Famous for developing the golden snitch.
I think the fact his name is Bowman is cooler than the fact he invented the snitch. Sorry.
Cassandra Verblatsky. 1894 to 1997. Celebrated seer and author of Unfogging the Future.
Now that's interesting that her date of death is 1997. I'm pretty sure the book timeline is way earlier than the film and the game timeline. I think the films start off in 2000 and... Well, they might start off in the mid-90s. But I know the film timeline is definitely a lot more contemporary than the books are, because the books are literally set in the 90s. So that's interesting to find out. So presumably 1997 could be when this game was set, or it was just before this game was set. I don't actually remember. I need to look at the timeline again.
Godric Gryffindor. Medieval. Dates unknown. Co-founder of Hogwarts. Gave his name to one of the 4 Hogwarts houses.
I literally can't believe that's all they can say about the Hogwarts founders. That's ridiculous. I'm surprised they don't have their years of birth and stuff.
Edgar Strulga. 1703 to 1798. Inventor of the sneakoscope. Salazar Slytherin. Medieval. Dates unknown. Co-founder of Hogwarts. Gave his name to one of the 4 Hogwarts houses.
And he was evil. You couldn't even throw that in there.
Ignatia Wildsmith. 1227 to 1320. The witch who invented flu powder.
Good on you. Next.
Bertie Bott. 1935 to present. Inventor of Bertie Bott's every flavour beans.
And he made loads of children happy.
Helga Hufflepuff. Medieval. Dates unknown. Co-founder of Hogwarts. Gave her name to one of the 4 Hogwarts houses.
I love how the Hogwarts founders have exactly the same description every single time.
Rowena Ravenclaw. Medieval. Dates unknown.
Gave her name to one of the Hogwarts houses.
Hogwarts.
Yep, knew it.
Gave her name to one of the 4 Hogwarts houses.
Oh my god, every single time.
Roderick Plumpton. 1889 to 1987. Seeker for England Quidditch team. Holds British record for fastest capture of snitch during game. 3.5 seconds. Hengist of Woodcroft. Medieval. Dates unknown. Driven away from his home by Muggle persecutors, Hengist is supposed to have settled in Scotland. This is where he found
nice
the
bit of Scottish accenty there, Harry.
The inn is alleged to be Hengist's old home. Albus Dumbledore, currently headmaster at Hogwarts, considered by many the greatest wizard of modern times. Professor Dumbledore is particularly famous for his defeat of the dark wizard Grindelwald in 1945, for the discovery of the 12 uses of dragon's blood and his work on alchemy with his partner Nicholas Flamel. Professor Dumbledore enjoys chamber music and 10-pin bowling.
Dumbledore has more of a description than everyone else.
Harry Potter, the boy who lived.
And Harry's like, that's me. Okay, so that's all of the cards. So at the moment we exit this, we get something slightly creepy, if it's anything like my normal ending. That's actually quite terrifying. But there we go. That is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. The lightning thing still works every time you press triangle. Good to see that things haven't changed. Right, so that's been Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Thank you very much for joining me with another game. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. I might play another Harry Potter game in the future, I do not know yet. But thank you very much for watching, and it's been fun playing through another childhood classic again. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.